Hello, I'm going to discuss drum set notation and anti-accents. I'll leave anti-accents for the end, so if you're only curious about them, please bear with me. Drum set notation has never been completely standardized, although some elements of it are more standard than others. For the remaining elements, we are forced either to choose between competing systems or to invent new symbols. I do a bit of both. In this video, I'd like to share my own practice with the wider world, or at least the YouTube world. Make of it what you will. Bass drum on the first space, hi-hat played with the foot pedal just below the staff, and snare drum on the third space are all pretty conventional. Because the hi-hat is a kind of cymbal, we give it an X notehead. But what if we want to play the snare drum differently? I use an X notehead to show a snare rim strike, a diamond-shaped notehead to notate a stick shot, and a square-shaped notehead to show a sweep with a brush. If the sweep lasts only a quarter note or less, the square is filled. If it lasts a half note or more, the square is not filled. The floor tom is conventionally notated on the second space, but for tom-toms I use the fourth line and the fourth space. I differentiate between the hi-hat played with a stick and the ride cymbal by placing the hi-hat on the top space with an X notehead and the ride on the top line with an X notehead. A plus sign above the hi-hat means to strike it closed, and a circle above the hi-hat means to strike it open. For the bell of the ride cymbal, I use a filled triangle. For the crash cymbal, I use an open diamond sitting on top of the staff. The splash cymbal I put in the same place. So to distinguish the two, I write C dot C dot for the crash and spell out the word splash symbol for the splash. The China cymbal uses a filled diamond on top of the staff. The triangle is perched one ledger line above the staff with an X notehead, and the maraca is also perched one ledger line above the staff, but with a filled triangle notehead. And now we finally come to anti-accents. Anti-accents are the converse of accents, essentially degrees of ghosted notes. I find them necessary for drum set notation, but I rarely, if ever, use them for non-percussion instruments. The conventional notation for a ghost note is a circle in parentheses. I've adopted this notation, but if I want the note even softer, I write the notehead smaller when I use notation software. When writing by hand, though, I surround the notehead with brackets instead. A mildly anti-accented note has a curved line above it. This symbol doesn't exist on a standard keyboard, so here I've substituted a U. The mildest anti-accent has a curved line, or U, in parentheses. The degrees of anti-accents are analogous to the degrees of conventional accents. Mildest is tenuto, a medium accent is notated with an accent mark, and a stronger accent is notated with a marcato mark. So that's it for now. Questions, additions, and objections are all very welcome. Thank you.